cameras were installed in the meeting room for visual recordings for security purposes only. Members of the public could be recording the meeting. Executive session will be held immediately following the meeting tonight for personnel and legal matters. Amendments to the agenda. Do we have any amendments? None? One? Item 3, we'll have a swearing-in ceremony for Hunter Bach. Comments?
We'll have a swearing-in ceremony. District attorney will be here to swear her in.
Oh, good. Very nice.
Who is it? What's it for? What position?
She's our newest full-time patrol officer.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. Said saying. Thank you.
All right, we'll have the minutes, July 2nd, 2024 regular meeting. We'll take action on that. The bills, general and stormwater funds, July 3rd through August 6th, 2024 will be paid. We'll take action on that. Public comments. Limit to 3 minutes per person. Comments on NS4?
Yes, I have a public comment this evening. Laura Dangle, 425 Klein Road. I would just like to, again, reiterate to the board over the next week, while you contemplate your decision on the approval of the comprehensive plan update, as I see item 7F, you will take action. As you contemplate the action that you will take, I would like to reinstate the fact that while the comprehensive plan is perhaps not a legally binding document, it is a document that directs, and there are many applications, like a component 3 for a sewage application, like a PRD for a major high density housing development, that asks if these plans are consistent with your current comprehensive plan. So as you take the next week to consider what your comprehensive plan is, please be in mind that you will have to check a box that says, yes, it is consistent, or no, it is not consistent. And that box, while it may be a formality of dotting your I's and crossing your T's, has a profound impact on residents in New Sewickley Township. Thank you.
Any other comments?
Just had one question. 5
Okay.
minutes. Just a question. That at Green Valley Park, that catch basin or retention basin, was that paid for out of the MS4 funds?
Rain garden.
Rain garden.
By the gazebo?
Yeah. I just want to say excellent job. Really, that was a very good use of that fund money, and yeah, I think that's, you guys did an excellent job. So just want
Long
to
time coming.
give credit where credit's due on that one.
Thank you.
Well, thank you on that one.
Any other comments? I guess that was our MS4 comment.
Yeah, just a comment.
Did you get a chance to get down and look at the one in Willamere?
No, I'll have to check it out.
Take a chance, take a ride down and see how much we improved that down there. So
Okay.
It's pretty
Yeah,
dry.
thank you.
It's pretty dry now.
it's dry now, but when it rains,
It used to be wet there.
I'll bring my weight.
it's there all the time. It didn't matter. So.
Thank you.
Administration, item 7, treasurer's report. We submitted information. Beautification upgrade, Freedom Crater Road corridor. Brian Kowalski, I guess he'll give us a little presentation.
Yes, Board. Brian Kowalski, he's a resident on Freedom Crater Road. He's kind of displeased with the upgrade to Freedom Crater Road. They're putting limestone on a big hillside in front of his house. When they first initiated the plan, it was supposed to be a topsoil hillside with some vegetation on it. Alex, you might have some extra points on the vegetation that you had. I could have used that to give them but he's looking for some support.
We went down and looked at that for you guys on the board. Fritz, myself, Ron, Oliver, Jim Marshall. I went down and looked at the guy has a plan that showed originally it's supposed to be all grass. It's a substantial bank. 40 feet by probably about a quarter mile.
Probably.
It's a long way. It's a big bank, clear across from where the covered bridges. He's looking out at it, and it's all just chunk limestone now. It looks like some building up. Originally, it was a quarter of it. Now is probably put dirt on, and they're going to plant it. It's supposed to be all that way. For some reason, they quit. So there was 3 PennDOT representatives there. They're supposed to get their boss involved. We're supposed to have an answer within a week and a half, 2 weeks at the most. So we'll see. We're going to see about putting forward the weight behind some kind of action plan to help the resident. That's what that's about. Approve staff, or item number C, approve staff to attend the County Government Conference, August 22nd, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Paid coverage lowest. Is that everybody?
And if any of the board members want to go, we're gonna need to know which ones we're
If the
going
board wants to go, you gotta let them know. Okay. Take action. Item number D, workshop scheduled for August 13th, 6:30 p.m. So Board of Supervisors workshop. MS4 fee notice from Jordan Tax Service for discussion. Steve, you wanted to throw on there?
Yeah, I was told there's some residents that got their MS4 fees in the mail, and the postmark date was within, either range from a couple days to a couple weeks to within the due date, and when late fees and so forth were applied. So I wanted to, just to make sure that we have, that we can use good judgment and look at these things, and if it's within 2 weeks or less, that we can waive any of these late fees so that these folks can pay their bills on time, providing if they do pay them on time. And I don't want the residents to have to work with Jordan Tax Services. They should work with us, and then we interface with Jordan, because they're our subcontractors. So that's what I wanted to talk about.
So in other words, they got a grace period, but in other words, say somebody came in and they missed it by days, but we would charge them, we wouldn't charge them penalty, something like that, is what you're saying.
Well, what I'm saying is, when they get their bills in the mail, at the postmark date, yeah, it's a late.
No, they get the late.
They're getting their bills late, so instead of having 30 days to act on it, they might have a week to a couple days to 2 weeks.
So I want to elaborate, Steve, on what you're saying. So I've heard a couple things. I know there's some people here this evening that haven't received them, like not at all. They haven't received them at all, so they don't know what they owe. They're going to get hit with penalties. I also have heard from people that they mailed their checks. It's been 3 months. Their checks have not been cashed, and now they can show where the check has been, written. It's not been cashed. So they called, literally sat on the phone for 2 hours waiting for a person at Jordan to pick up before they got disconnected. They never talked to anybody. So then they resubmitted a new check and paid late fees, although they had mailed it prior. So there's definitely a lot of things happening here.
A lot of it is with email notices.
Yeah.
It takes 7 days to get an in-state letter from Philadelphia to Pittsburgh. I'm expressing the same thing. They accused me 6 weeks later. I never paid. I gave the check, the date. I had to get it would have been $25 stall payment. They want me to send another check. I said, no, I won't. Finally, they said, well, you don't have those funds.
It could take 7 days from Pittsburgh to Beaver County.
I think we should check into it too.
So I did check into it with the tax service fund. I had one resident come in, voice his concern on it. So Jordan's tax service sends out their notice bills in February. In June 19th, they sent out second notices stating that, hey, there's 2 weeks left to get the grace period for that's like something this individual had. He said he didn't get the first one, he got the second one, so then he took care of it when he gets stuff, you know, he had 2 weeks notice to do it, no, it's been, since February. We also have the municipal authority that's in our office here in the building. They have substantial problems with the United States Postal Service getting their bills out. Half of them get it, half of them do not. I don't know if it's just the Freedom Post Office that has a lot of problems, but that is a major glitch in the Freedom Post Service.
Excuse me, 2 gentlemen in the back, you guys both on Freedom? Both from Freedom Postal?
Yep. Yeah. I haven't got mine yet. We haven't got ours yet either.
So if you have those complaints, please come in and see me or call me. I have a direct line to the president too.
So I can come in here and pay you?
He will answer the phone. What's that?
I can come give you a check and pay you? You'll know what it is?
Probably, if he can email me the bill, then you can come in and pay me, and then we will take care of it from that point. We can probably work that out. But if there's discrepancies out there, I don't know any of that. I've had one complaint. He came in and I kind of worked through what happened with his. But if you've got problems, call me tomorrow. We'll get it worked out. I'll get your bill from Georgia Tax Service, get it to you, and if you want to bring the check to me, then we'll take it from there. I mean, we're having some major.
I think that's we got to
Maybe we can set up a day where Georgia Tax Service is here on that day, and we can blast that out.
We need to see if we have a problem first. If it's our problem, if it's a Jordan tax problem, or post office problem. The post office we can't do anything about. But if we do have a problem, I mean, all the other taxes, it's the taxpayer's responsibility. When you know you owe the tax, you get a call. You don't get your bill, you don't get a reprieve. So we got to be careful. Remember, like Ron says, if you need it, call it.
Georgia Tax Service.
I think, Martin, at the heart of this, the consideration Steve's giving is that it's not fair to the resident who didn't get it, whether it came from the Post Service, Jordan, Ron, whoever, it doesn't matter. You can't hold these guys responsible for something that they never received. I think that's the heart.
There's a legit
And
issue
that's
there.
where we have to use judgment on
Yeah.
the resident and on Jordan as well, because they committed to providing a service for us. And it doesn't matter if it's the post office problem or not, it still falls on
I've
them.
already had one complaint that's come to my office, so if there are complaints out there, we'll put some media out there. If you're having issues, having got your bill, please call, so I can start looking into Georgia Tax Service, and I'll get the list of who's paid and who's not paid, and see if there's a discrepancy. A lot of people have not been paying, and try to figure out where the bills are coming from. The lines, right mailing address, when he sent them out on, I think it was mid-February, I had one in 2 days.
There's definitely an issue with the post office, but can I make a suggestion? I don't know that our residents are aware of the timeframes of when the MS4 statements are mailed, or even the tax bills. So maybe, is that something we could put on the newsletter, or maybe on the website, that, just, in February, watch for your MS4, due dates, or something, just that residents even know to be watching for. Because like I said, I don't know that they know when they're actually, when they should be expecting
A little
them.
blue card, it could be thrown away.
Yeah,
Easy.
and
It's
like I
just
said,
not
I don't
very big.
know if residents even knew they should have been expecting them in February. So,
It's kind of like
yeah,
a comprehensive plan survey that got tossed in a lot of mails.
yeah. Those cards are horrible. I mean, they do get,
But if there's a problem, I guess we need to put on the website. If you have a problem,
Well,
call.
and I think it's a simple thing, even put those dates in the newsletter.
we know Mr. Shield back here, he'll come in and let's get it on the result for you
Yeah.
tomorrow.
I
Just
appreciate
a
it.
little
No
blurb.
problem.
Okay. Item number F, approve your comprehensive plan update, take action on that. Item number 8, public safety, police monthly report will be submitted. Revised ordinance number 237, restricted traffic flow on Harvey Avenue, take action on that. Fire departments, we'll get reports from our fire departments. And here's what we need to discuss. Approve engineering services for Big Mouth Fire Department stormwater management.
In the spring, it was a plan to pay the one corner of the parking lot and install handicap parking spots after the Big Mount Fire Department's addition was put in there.
You determined it wouldn't drain.
I think you were with us on that. So I took the engineer over there when we were doing our paving investigations of what needed thickness and stuff like that. So we went over there and examined that. Kevin Reynolds was very concerned on the stormwater flow out that property. Some of the firemen wanted the problem of the stormwater would flow to the front out on the 989. Feel that is a solution to that. He would like to take it back and kind of put it onto a retention field and let it drain to the soil. So there's some engineering that needs to be done there.
So now,
He gave me, I said, before you do anything, give me a quote and see what this is gonna cost us. And this is where we're at today.
So this did not happen yet?
no. So what it is,
Okay.
we talk about handicap parking for the building, the new building they built.
Yeah.
So we're talking about trying to pave a swath over there so we could have handicap parking. We were paving this year. That got thrown away because whenever they looked, they got a swale cut around it that drains toward the front of the building, and it would never drain. It would just pool water.
Yeah,
So
it's-
now,
Was it designed to be like that?
well, that's the question. See, they built that building. We don't have anything to do with that building.
Right.
That's their building.
Right.
They put it in. Their money, their whole thing.
Yeah.
Their grading, their permits, their whatever. Now they're taking upon themselves to put a parking lot in the back. So they graded a big, I don't know, 150 by 300 foot dugout for, graded for a parking lot, which still leaves the area that we're talking about, the side of the building, higher than, it still won't drain. So that's where we get this $9,500 bill saying, that's not grading, that's just engineering.
That's no construction. This is
That's nothing. This is just what I can
for engineering plan of how to fix the stormwater
So I don't-
things. So Margie can go in and drop the catch basins and start running the tube and get that lever.
So that's my question. I have a couple of those. Why are we paying for this?
I don't think we should.
I don't know from that standpoint, and then I don't know if this is required to be engineered in this MS4 plan.
To me, it should have been
I don't-
engineering.
I don't
All
see
day
where-
construction. Should have been part of the
Exactly.
construction,
Right.
not after the fact.
Was that part of the plan submitted for the building? MS4, stormwater management?
There had to be something. This is happening.
I don't
You
know.
look at it to me, I have no idea. I
So the
didn't know.
plans of the stormwater for the building go into their retention ponds. When you wanna go in and pave the lot, changes everything. So now you're into a
When they
commercial.
went in to do this
They used to
construction,
have paving in their building plan. It's a pervious portion right now, so it's closer to the ground. If you wanna put handicap parking here, it becomes non-pervious. Excuse
We
me?
haven't seen it.
is there a permit for parking?
I don't know.
I don't think so. We just,
Nothing.
But, so then there's no way to say this has come about because of, they follow the procedure.
they just did it.
Because of the procedure.
Right.
Is there retention ponds over there now or no?
There's big gravel things. Just filter system back.
So just gravel piles or
That's what the stormwater on our roof's doing.
gravel pits or piles or what?
Gravel pits.
But that whole backyard is grass, there's a big field behind it, but it's higher than.
Their construction, when they filed for the permit, did not have a paved lot into it. So when they asked for us to pave the lot, you have to do some.
Which goes in our MS4 ordinance, which it's a commercial building, so it's big money.
So Kevin will be here on Tuesday to discuss that. If you want to push it back onto the fire department and have them pay for it, then.
I think we need to push it on to Kevin and explain it.
Right, if it's required, because it's Kevin's job to sell services. Is what Kevin's job is.
Yeah, but if you go over there, it's pretty obvious what Maureen's been saying.
You can't pave that.
I wouldn't dispute that there's a problem with the drainage or anything like that. I would just challenge that you need an MS4. I need to understand how do I get to an MS4 plan? That's what I need to understand. How do I get to the plan?
It should have been done, any grading plan is done before you start construction.
Right.
Oh,
But they're saying there was nothing involving any grading.
If you don't pave the parking lot, you're fine.
Now they've added
It's a
additional
pervious
parking.
parking lot.
Now they've added additional parking, which even complicated more.
Well, see, I don't, again, like your gravel and blacktop, I don't, MS4 space, I don't see how they're treated differently. They're both impervious surfaces. So that,
There's a whole calculation for that because it's commercial. And it gets expensive.
We pay the MS4. We pay it.
But we didn't pay for the construction.
The MS4 part doesn't get expensive.
We didn't pay for the construction.
No, I'm with you.
That should have been addressed in the construction.
But the addition of this pavement or impervious surface increases our bill.
We were doing that as a favor.
But we are still, and its bill goes up because it's greater than impervious surface.
Round you go.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. We're gonna increase our own fee by adding the parking lot and then pay for the engineering on top of it.
I just don't know how it got missed. It wasn't included.
I don't know what you're saying, not fast. It wasn't
Well,
fast.
it wasn't-
They changed the law. That wasn't in their plan.
It wasn't, yeah, it wasn't missed because it wasn't there.
Alexis, we give money to the fire department every year. Actually, when it comes down to it, if they would go under, who owns the fire department?
Wow, that's a great question. I don't know the answer off the top of my head. I would have to look into it and get back to you, but
If I could interject for just a second, in their bylaws, if any other entity exercises the services in the township, all of their goods goes to that entity. In the event there is no entity, it defaults to the township, and that's in their bylaws.
that's where I would look is in the bylaws.
Except unless there's another entity that's exercising the fire control for the township, they would receive all of the.
Yeah, but I'm sure this has been, in some law case somewhere, this has been settled. I read this a while back, and the same thing happened, and basically, the township wound up owning everything, all the equipment, the buildings, and so forth. So, I mean, I would just be curious to know about what the answer was.
Yeah, I would
Give
have
it
to
a
look
chance.
into their bylaws.
And again, this is an MS4 problem. We pay the MS4 bills. We want them to put the handicap spots in, so we kind of force them into doing what they're doing. And I personally think we should just take this out of MS4 money and pay the bill. That's my opinion.
Absolutely. It's gonna be a whole lot more grading too.
Pardon me?
It's gonna be a whole lot more grading too.
Well, yeah, but no. All we're paying for is this right here. Is this plan, this management plan. For them to implement it, that's up to them. But this is an MS4 issue here. We're paying for the plan to get it done, and let them do it then. So I'm not saying pay for the whole, the parking lot, but at least pay for the plan that we've again sort of forced them into.
So you're willing to pay $9,500 to tell you that you need it regraded to pave it? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, that's what you just said.
Do you go out and do you have to get a survey every time you sell a piece of property off yours, even though you know where the lines are at?
Yeah, but that's not apples to apples. You're saying they're telling you that it can't drain. So you're saying pay it with MS4 money to tell you that it can't drain. We already know it can't drain.
It's not a study.
That's knowing it doesn't make it true.
Where your place are, your catch bases are.
We'll get Kevin to explain.
We just can't go out and do stuff because we think it's okay. I mean, we get the engineers to go over everything. That plan down at the park, that was totally engineered before they started on it. We didn't say,
What,
yeah,
the
we
pipe
know
at
there's
the
water
bottom of the
running
creek?
down here, but, you had to have an engineer come in and say, this is what you have to do. So, yes, I think it should be there.
All right, so we could talk about it and find out from Kevin.
Right.
Monthly report. Jane, got anything for us?
Same old, same old.
Good job on the road tour. That'll beat us up pretty bad.
Hey, Archie, you should read this letter. Why don't you read it out? What you got?
Not the meeting.
Okay, at the meeting we'll read it out.
Number
You got a
10.
very complimentary letter. That's what it's for.
Okay. Engineering. Talk about engineering with engineering whatever he wants to bless us with. Solicitor, monthly report.
I will submit it prior to your meeting.
Planning, recreation, and zoning. Nothing.
All this one.
Okay.
Well, we've been notified that we're getting the final plan for Meadowcrest. So probably we're gonna be reviewing that.
I believe we already have.
So we've been notified that we're gonna get it.
Okay, you're gonna get
So, to be quite honest with you, I've never done a final plan for it, so I have to maybe talk to Alexis, Sean, find out. I think I know what to do, but I don't know if that's gonna take one meeting or several meetings. Probably a lot will have to do with LSS report.
Sure.
And then, if it's a one-night review, just check off all that list, we're gonna send it on to you guys.
I have one request. Well, probably more, but find out what noted means.
Noted?
Noted.
I don't know.
Get to find out.
Is that somewhere I have to look?
You'll find it, you'll see, but you see it, you'll find it. Find out what that means.
I started looking at the plan today, but I, didn't get into it with the list yet.
Noted.
Yeah, just to kind of add to that, with the, if you're doing like a final review of that checklist, if you can mark down on that checklist how that item is being met, that way
Yeah,
there's
that's
continuity, and you can pass that on to us and say, we recommend it, here's the checklist, here's how it meets it.
Yeah, that's why I'm assuming how we'll do it.
How we're gonna look.
I just don't know how long it's gonna take. I'm just alerting you that if it's a one meeting thing, and we can check everything off, that's fine. If it takes several months, you'll probably hear a lot of churning before you get it.
Recreation.
Just our normal, flea market and concert coming up in August. We actually have a 20-foot long sign going across the entrance of the park now about the, Fall Fest. And first responders get together and stuff like that, so the road crew put it up today. It's good.
Nice.
And the upper two pavilions are finished.
Yes.
Saw pictures of what we saw the other day.
Very nice, yep.
Martin, they had a softball tournament down a couple weeks ago. Whoever didn't see it, I rode through. It was impressive. I think it was a weekend thing, and there had to be thousands of cars down there. And I was up at Burger King. I talked to one of the dads. I might be wrong, Canada or New York. And the dad said they will never miss that tournament. They must have had this tournament other times. So, I was working, cut grass, I get thinking. I called Ron and talked to Ron about it. I did not get a chance yet to go over and look. But some of your older fellows here or whatever, probably in the back in the bylaws or whatever. The guy that gave us that property, New Sewickley Township, do you remember that guy?
Yeah.
His name should be mentioned down there. Ron said he thinks it's on that sign down there. I want to look. If it's not, I think we should do a monument or do some bricks around that gazebo, do a story on him, how he gave us that park. Because if you go around and look, we got one of the nicest parks around. Thanks to these guys and women. I mean, we do have a nice park. And they have these concerts. It's a shame nobody goes to them. You get more people that aren't residents that go to them. I went to one. I seen some residents, but you get more people. And it was nice, but you don't get nobody. It's a shame. But I think we should do something as a township for that guy. I can remember as a little kid walking around over there. Eddie probably does, and Doug. But I think we should do a monument over there of some sort. I mean, I don't know what you all think.
Would you be willing to head the committee? Put together a committee to do that?
Oh, yeah, I'll do it. I already take care of the monument. I know.
That's why I asked.
Honestly, I take care of the monument, and I cut Burns' cemetery every week, 3 hours.
And we appreciate that.
Okay.
We really do.
But I take care of that. But, yeah.
It's a good idea you have, but sometimes it just takes some citizens to get behind something, and then something magical about
Well, my
people
mom did the
pulling
monument down there, and They told her she wanted to raise the money. The supervisors, not you guys, the supervisors. So they told her to raise the money. Well, she raised the money, thanks to Mr. Vogel, Senior. She raised the money. She took it on herself to do that monument. And I'll take care of it as long as I live. But, yeah, you give me the committee or whoever, and we'll get
one
it.
step to consider, though, this needs to go through the rec board, that they really say what happens where down there. It has to be with their blessing, but if you decide
Well, I'm
you would
sure
like to
that-
lead that, talk to the rec board, and if you can get the people together to do that, I would say bring a plan. But it has to be with their approval.
Yeah, and I could probably get the monument, everything. I was donating $10,000 for the cemetery up there, put a road through, and yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it because I think his name needs to be mentioned over there.
You know, it's at some of our events like movie night, we've had people come down to movies for the first time, and they're township residents, and they said, we didn't even know this park existed. Really?
That makes sense.
I mean, there was a guy that lived on top of Whites Hill Road. Didn't know we did these things. Same about concerts. We don't know how, I mean, how do we get the word out, you know, better, more, you know?
Something simple, we could start with a website, putting a write-up about him and whatnot on the website.
Great job. You can ask for donations to support me.
Yeah, yeah, the for the monument and then the story about him, we can, you know, get that up on the website, you know, first, and get that out there and kind of tweak it from there.
Yeah, because you're probably going to get some of the old timers or something to see how it was donated. He lived there. I know he lived there.
There's a deed that we have that told you that Dwayne Drake would be the best one to talk to. He knows him personally. He knew the guy personally. Didn't quite get the story right, but it's all in the deed.
Patty Babb would probably have a lot of the details on that too. I'm sure she was.
Craig, we'll see you August 12th, 6:30 p.m. Pavilion number 1.
Depends if I ain't cutting grass.
Pavilion number 3, not number 1.
You
Earning that money to do it.
what? The money? The money wouldn't be an issue.
One of the things too, Skywalkers have been down there for the last 2 weeks. They've got like 125 kids in every day for the last 2 weeks. So, and again, the park really got great use of this place.
You guys collected $5 a car, right?
We would love to do that when the tournament comes, softball
Yeah.
tournament come in. So, we're not allowed.
Okay, zoning. I should have got a copy of the report in the email. A couple things going on. I saw a $150,000 addition.
It's a big project.
No housing yet. Greg, anything further? Board comments? All comments tonight? All good? All right, all in favor of adjournment, signify by saying aye.
Don't let it